Well, joining me now is Mohammed Fraser-Rahim, an expert on violent extremism issues and a scholar on Africa. He works for the counter-terrorism think tank, the Quilliam International, and is currently in Djibouti. Mohammed, good to see you. Do you think this marks what we could regard as a resurgent, a re-strengthened al-shabaab, if indeed it turns out to be them behind this attack?
I mean, thanks for having me. For all indications, it looks like it's probably al-shabaab. I think the organization itself certainly has been on the rise, despite really aggressive actions by Western partners, as well as a very growing national security apparatus in Somalia trying to push back. In the end of the day, Shabaab is an organization in which is a concern to all of us, and one in which the government itself sees it as a top priority to wanting to combat.
But given the insurgency by al-Shabaab began 10 years ago, by now, should the authorities there, with the help of the African Union mission in Somalia, not have made much greater progress on tackling the militants and be able to stop attacks like this?
You know, this isn't a perfect storm. This is not a perfect situation. And I think that we have to give credit for regional entities. I mean, the Kenyans have done quite a job in trying to prevent this issue. We've seen, certainly, as I mentioned, Western partners as well. I think that the Somali government is doing the best that they can and best based off of the limited ability that they have as well. So what we have to do is really try our best to harness the areas that they are working in conjunction in that are good, and areas in which they need improvement on, provide them the economic, military, and intelligence support for that as well.
If as you suggest, that they are doing the right things in trying to tackle al-Shabaab, what is giving this militant group the oxygen that keeps it going?
You know, this is really a global issue, and so it'd probably be the same question that individuals who are dealing with al-qaida or Daesh itself as well. It's a global phenomenon, a global epidemic. Just look at the statistics. There are over 60% of the Somali population that are under 35. The fact that you're right, some of those AMISOM entities that are there are in themselves a radicalizing element, meaning that there are organizations or individuals who see this sort of foreign entity being there as a concern. And so what the government has to do, what civil society has to do, what the religious community has to do is to find creative efforts that really gets ahead of the curve. In this business, we say, what can we do that's left of boom? Boom meaning the actual event that's taking place, unfortunately, that we saw yesterday. So if we can get in ahead of the curve and using prevention efforts, then that's going to be getting to some of the root causes in which we can all collectively be in support of.
Okay, Mohammed Fraser-Rahim from Quilliam International, thanks very much indeed.
Thank you.